Yeah. So Bhagavad Gita is divided into three parts: Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. Karma Yoga talks about action in Krishna consciousness, how you should do your duties at the same time you can remember Krishna. That is Karma Yoga. Because some people they might want to perform devotion, but they're also very attached to the work that they are doing. Correct? So Krishna said that also you can do by Karma Yoga. Some people are speculative. They want to know about things, how the material world is created, how the Jiva is created, all those things. That is a part of Jnana Yoga. From 13 to 18, all that thing Krishna explains. But the crux of the entire Bhagavad Gita is in the middle, which is chapter number 7 to chapter number 12. And it's like a biscuit, cream biscuit. The top and our portion, not so important. But the middle is the cream, right? So like that, Bhakti Yoga is in the middle of the entire Bhagavad Gita. And in that also, cream, the 9th and 10th chapter is considered as the very, very important chapter. So that's the chapters that we are doing. And in that 10th chapter, there are the 4 verses which is considered as the essence of entire Bhagavad Gita. If you have somehow not understood the entire Bhagavad Gita or not read entire Bhagavad Gita, but if you are just doing these 4 verses also, then the Acharyas explain that you have understood the entire essence of Bhagavad Gita. And those are 10.8, 10.9, 10.10, and 10.11. Chatu Shloki. It's called Chatu Shloki. Chatu means 4. Shloki means verses and Bhagavad Gita. It's known as the essence of entire Bhagavad Gita. In that, the 10.8 talks about Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo Mata Sarvam Pravartate Iti Matva Bhajante Ma Buddha Bhava Samanta. Where Krishna is saying that Krishna is giving the proof that he is the supreme personality of Godhead. Right? Devo ke Dev. He is the supreme. Brahmaji is also saying, what is that verse? 5.5th chapter, verse number 1, Brahma Samhita. What is that verse? Ishwara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Krishna, Brahmaji is praying. As soon as Brahmaji comes from the lotus flower, Brahmaji is praying to Krishna that Ishwara Parama Krishna, or of all the Ishwaras, Parama Krishna. Parama is Krishna. We discussed that each and every one of us are Ishwaras in our own right. Ishwara, what does Ishwara mean? Ishwara mean controller. So we are all controlling things, right? In Grasta, we think husband is thinking that he is controlling the wife. But wife is thinking she is controlling the husband. But who are controlling? The kids. People who have, they know. So the point is, each one of us are controllers in our own right. But we cannot say that we are supreme controller. Can we say that each and everything I can control? No, we cannot say that. But Krishna or Brahmaji is telling to Krishna, Ishwara Parama Krishna, that you are the Parama, topmost controller. You can control everything. Satchidananda Vigraha, your body is made of not of earth, water, fire, air, ether. That is our body made of. But Krishna's body is made of Satchidananda Vigraha. Anadir Adir, he is the starting, he is the end. Anadir Adir Govinda, who gives pleasure to the cows. Sarva Karna Karna, the cause of all causes. Right? And we spoke about 3 causes. Immediate cause, then that is the third one. What is the middle? Immediate cause, then remote cause, and third is absolute cause. Correct? We discussed 3 causes. So like that. But Krishna is the absolute cause. Immediate is, let's say, for example, what example I gave? Dengue example I gave, right? That time when I was talking about this, people are going through in India, my friend got dengue. So what is the immediate cause? Why he got dengue? Because of that machhar, because of the mosquito. That is the immediate cause. But what is the remote cause? Remote cause was that someone can help me. He has an office meeting, 7:30. So what is the remote cause? Remote cause is his immunity was not set that great, because मच्छर ने तो सबको काटा होगा, but why only he got? Because maybe his immunity was not good. What is the absolute cause? Absolute cause is because of some karma or something. The absolute cause is Krishna. So we discuss all this. So Krishna in 10.8 talks about that how is the supreme personality of Godhead. In 10.9, Krishna talks about that if one understands that Krishna is supreme personality of Godhead, then whoever understands, who is that? A devotee. who understands that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, then how will his approach be towards Krishna? That Krishna explains 10.9. Mat chitta mad gata prana bodhayanta parasparam katayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Right? 10.9. Which page it is? Someone can tell. Huh? 407, right? So in that, on that page, 10.9, Krishna saying, Mat chitta mad gata prana bodhayanta parasparam. That we are discussing, parasparam, we are discussing. Who are discussing? The devotees are discussing about Krishna. That is the nature. Why? Because they have understood that Krishna is supreme personality of Godhead. Parasparam, katayantascha mam nityam. Continuously they are chanting about Krishna's glories. Katayantascha mam nityam. And by doing this, what they get? Tushyanti, they get satisfaction. And ramanti, they also get what? Ananda, bliss. These are the two things they get. They get ananda and they get satisfaction. Right? We are all looking for satisfaction and pleasure in our life, but that satisfaction and pleasure is not consistent. Correct? In fact, Srimad Bhagavatam explains that as soon as you make an endeavor to look for happiness, what does endeavor to look for happiness means? Let's say you get a job. Why you are doing a job? You are endeavoring to go for happiness. Bhagavatam is explaining that as soon as you take a step to do some endeavor to get some happiness, immediately it will be the next that you will get is also misery. It will not be continuous happiness. How you can, and you can experience that, right? Just now you can see he had to leave for meeting, right? Abhi sham ko kaun, who has to attend the meeting? But that's the nature of the work, correct? That's the nature of the work. On Thursday and Friday, I've blocked my calendar from 4 to 11 p.m. 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. Nobody can set up a meeting. But that is just the nature, right? So we do some endeavors to get some happiness. What is the happiness? The salary, right? 15, tomorrow 15th is coming, right? Salary will come. That is the happiness. But it also, the next that we also get is misery. And it is, the analogy is given of winter and summer season, correct? By nature, man is a fool. When he wants wind, when he wants heat, he gets cold. And when he wants cold, he wants heat. Always wanting what is not. Correct? That is the nature of the human being, right? When there is, like my wife, always, whenever it's cold, she tries to put the heater. And when there is heat, she tries to put AC. Just the nature of the material world, right? So same thing Krishna is saying in 10.9. But when we are discussing Bhagavad Gita, when we are discussing about Krishna, then we continuously get happiness. Why? Because we understand that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. He is the supreme master. So if we talk about him, we become happy. That's the pleasure we get. That's what Krishna is saying. So once we have done this, then what is the reciprocation from Krishna? This is our endeavor from 10.9. But now what is Krishna's reciprocation? We'll discuss that now in 10.10. So every verse in Bhagavad Gita is divided. Yeah, in Bhagavad Gita, every verse is like that. Is divided into 4 parts. And it is, the meter is, what is this meter? We have discussed many times. Yeah, 32 syllables. Each quadrant is divided into 8 syllables. Correct? And there are two kinds of meters are there in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, there are only 2 meters. In Bhagavatam and many scriptures, you will see many meters. But in Bhagavad Gita, there are only 2 meters. First meter, which is the most common, which is this meter, it is known as Anushtup. Anushtup. And another meter is Trishtup. Can you repeat? Trishtup. Anushtup and Trishtup. So these verses are all Anushtup. In 11th chapter, when Arjuna will start praying to Krishna, when he sees the universal form of Krishna, then he will start glorifying Krishna. That time you will see all the verses are mostly in Trishtup, a little bit longer. So these verses are Anushtup. Okay. So it is exactly as Hare Krishna Mahamantra also. That is also Anushtup. 32 syllables and 8 syllables each in every quadrant. 4 quadrants. 8 into 4, 32. Okay. So I'll sing one quadrant. You can repeat, and like that we'll do all the 4. Okay, you can repeat after me. So now this is Krishna's reciprocation to devotees. Okay. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. Okay, someone can do the same thing what I did. Once we'll do and then we'll go forward. So who wants to go ahead, please go. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajan priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. One more, anyone wants to try from here, this side? You want to try? Go ahead. Why we are doing this? We want to remember the verses, right? So that because this is so important verse. This is Krishna's reciprocation to his devotees, right? Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. So we discussed last time, right? Even above A, if there is a line, then how do you pronounce it? If there is no line, then so the dami. That's why the dami. Okay, if above U there is a dash, then it is purvakam. Okay. Similarly, Preeti. See Preeti. Above first I there is a line. So Pre. And above the next line, the next I there is no line. So Preeti. Badi E and small e. Like that. In what else? Dot. Sure. Tesham. Correct? So that's how we remember. Okay. So Tesham. What Krishna is saying here, Tesham. Those people. Tesham means those people. Who are these people? Who are continuously worshipping Krishna. How they are worshipping? Satata Yuktana. They are continuously doing it. We'll discuss these words. What does Satata Yuktana means? And Bhajatam. They are worshipping. Preeti Purvakam. With lot of love. Preeti. Not with anger or something. With lot of love. Preeti Purvakam. The Dami to those people. What he does, he gives Buddhi. So that they no longer are Buddhu. They are no longer fools. They are Buddhi. He's giving them intelligence. He's giving them intelligence. Yena mam upayanti, by which they can approach Krishna. Right? They can approach Krishna. They will come to Krishna. Because Krishna is giving them the intelligence. So we'll discuss this. We'll do the translation. Someone get the translation. After that, we'll discuss these verses. You, Amrit, you have a question? Okay. Immediate cause, remote cause, and third is absolute cause. Absolute cause means sarva karana karana. What is the absolute cause? Remote cause is not immediate. Like for example, you can think like the salary is coming. Why? Because of maybe because of the manager. But the remote cause is the company itself. It's running because of that manager is able to give the salary, whatever it is. But absolute cause, it's karma. It's Krishna. So, I mean, immediate cause, remote cause, and remote cause can be many. Right? So, and absolute cause. Manjari, what is that song that you used to hear from Vishnu Priya? I was telling in the class, no, before. Yeah. So some of you would have heard that. It's such a nice song. But how she was able to remember, because every day in the morning that was sung. We were discussing that how every day we should chant the holy names, or we should chant these mantras, Bhagavad Gita verses. We can remember those verses then. So like that, she also used to hear this when she used to stay in with with his roommate, her roommates in masters, University of Illinois Urbana Champaign. We're doing our masters. So it is important to recite these verses every day, and we can remember those verses. When tough time comes, or whatever situation comes, we can remember these verses, and it helps us to become sober. And we'll go through those verses today. How Krishna gives us the intelligence during various situations. We'll see that. Okay. Mehak, you want to read the translation? Constantly, right? Constantly is satatam. We'll discuss 3 kinds of satatam today. Okay, constantly. Go ahead.
With love.
Preeti Purvakam. How devotion is done? It's explained 17th chapter that devotion can also be done in mode of ignorance. We'll see that. But here is saying devotion in love. Okay.
Understanding by which they can come to you.
What is the understanding? Buddhi Yoga. We'll discuss. Srila Prabhupada explains what does Buddhi Yoga means. So what he's saying is, this is what Krishna's reciprocation is. Krishna's reciprocation is, he gives the intelligence. He gives the intelligence by which that person can come to me. And the next verse, now, what that knowledge, so Krishna is giving the Buddhi Yoga, intelligence. Now, once Krishna gives that knowledge, how that affects the devotee, that is explained in the 10.11 verse, which we'll not discuss today. We'll discuss in the next class. Tesham evanukampartam amajnana jamtamam nashamadma bhavasto jnana deepena bhasvata. We'll see that. So that is 10.11. So today we'll discuss Satatam Yuktana, Preeti Purvakam, and Buddhi Yoga. These 3 words we will discuss. So Satata Yuktana. Satata Yuktana means that one can understand Satata Yuktana in 3 levels. The first is continuously doing something or the other for Krishna. And the example that you can think of is Narad Muni. The story of Narad Muni is very, very nice. It is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. How Narad Muni became Krishna conscious. When someone sees this kurta and this dhoti, they might have this question: "Kab hua? Kaise hua?" Right? How this transformation, right? Or in ISKCON, we ask this question: how you came to Krishna consciousness, or how this journey started, right? So Narad Muni is a very great devotee. In the serials, he's shown, he's pictured as like some kind of a troublemaker, correct? Or a joker or something, cartoonist. But Srimad Bhagavatam, Vedic scripture explain that he's a very, very great Vaishnava. It was Narad Muni because of which Vedvyas, the great Vedvyas, he wrote Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is considered as the summum bonum of the entire Vedic canon. Like Vedic, if you think about Vedic literature, it's so much, right? So vast, correct? But Vedvyas was very sad, even after writing Rig Vedas, Yajur Veda, Samaveda. Imagine if you have written so many theses, PhD and all, you will be doing cartwheels, right? I mean, maine likha hai, right? But Vedvyas, after writing all this, he was not satisfied. Somewhere he was feeling some pinprick. He was feeling that ki kuch to gadbad hai. And then Narad Muni tells Vedvyas, and Vedvyas understand that Vedvyas, Narad Muni understands that Vedvyas is going through some difficulty in his mind, in his heart. So Narad Muni asked Vedvyas, why are you so sad? And Vedvyas says that I'm not feeling satisfied. And then Narad Muni says that you're not feeling satisfied because in all these Vedic scriptures you have explained various things. Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, all this you have explained. You have to approach this devta for this thing. All this you have explained. But you have not, with full extent, you have glorified Krishna. Only glorified Krishna. That glorification of Krishna you have not done with full extent. He understood, yeah, this is where I'm feeling dissatisfied. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, he just glorifies Krishna. The 18,000 verses is talking various things about Krishna and his various incarnations. So Srimad Bhagavatam is considered as the final book or summarization of entire Vedic scriptures. Actually, the entire summarization of the entire Vedic scriptures is written as Vedanta Sutra. And the commentary on that Vedanta Sutra is Srimad Bhagavatam. So in nutshell, you can understand Srimad Bhagavatam was the last book that Ved Vyasji wrote. So it's considered the cream. Cake mein cream hota hai na? So cream of the entire Vedic literature is that Srimad Bhagavatam. You can see here. This is just one part. It has 12 parts like this. 18 books, 12 cantos. So Skanda in or Hindi or Marathi we say Skanda. So this is like that. So it was because of Narad Muni that Ved Vyasji wrote Srimad Bhagavatam. So Narad Muni's story is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam that how he became such a great Vaishnava. So he was once he and his mother, they were only two which were there. And during Chaturmas period, Chaturmas is 4 months period. Right now, Chaturmas is going on. And during Chaturmas period, what happens is the great sages, they don't travel anywhere. Those times. Now things are different. So they used to not travel anywhere. Wherever they used to come, they used to stay there. And one of the reason was rainy season ka time hota hai, so you stay at one place. So these transcendentalists or great sages, they somehow appeared or reached at the place where Narad Muni, that time he was Narad boy, simple village boy he was. He was staying with his mother. So these sages, they came to their house and for 4 months they stayed there. And then Narad Muni and his mother, simply what they were doing is every day, and his mother was a housemaid. She used to go to various houses and help them in their course. So very simple lady. So when these sages were staying there, what this mother used to do is just cook something for these sages. And like that, they served the sages, both Narad, the boy, and the mother. And in response, the sages, every day they used to speak about Krishna Katha to this Narad Muni and the mother. So like that, they used to do. And Narad Muni used to do another thing. He used to always eat the remnants that was left behind by the sages. So after eating something is left behind, that Narad Muni used to eat. And just by hearing and just by eating the remnants of the sages, he developed in the heart about worshipping Krishna. So Chaturmasi period ended and the sages went back. Obviously, they continued with their journey. Then one day what happened is, his mother went somewhere to do some chores, but she got bitten by some snake and she died. So then Narad Muni, when he came to know, imagine, last person he knew in his life was his mother. No one else was there. Right? And that's why Srila Prabhupada, who's a founder of ISKCON, he says that when he reached Boston, he writes a poem. He says that material world will show you the naked form, how brutal material world is. At the end, long list of names will be remaining, but none of them will be there. Right? Your mother, father, sister, brother, everyone will be left. Who will remain is Paramatma in your heart. And Krishna is so merciful. You can hate Krishna, but Krishna will still live with you. That is the merciful nature of Krishna. Right? It is said the bank account for which we are doing so much effort, the bank account will be there. Bank account holder will no longer be there. Correct? So Narad Muni understood that my mother, the last person whom I knew, she also left. And then what he realized is the last attachment that would have caused me to not practice Krishna consciousness to the full extent, that was also gone. So now I should completely surrender to Krishna. Then he goes to the forest and he continuously he glorifies Krishna. And then for a moment, Krishna appears in his heart, and then Narad Muni sees Krishna. But it was for a moment only, and then Krishna vanishes. And then Narad Muni is trying hard to take the same darshan. Imagine taking darshan of Krishna. So he was trying hard. But then Krishna says within the heart that for this lifetime, this was the darshan that you were supposed to get. And when you continuously practice Krishna consciousness, the next life, you will be my associate. And then that Narad boy became the Narad Muni. So, and in the next time, Narad Muni constantly, Satatam, he used to chant the glories of the Lord, right? With his veena or what do you call it? Yeah, some instrument. He just Satatam is continuously chanting the holiness of the Lord. That is Narad Muni. Similarly, 500 years back, there was a devotee, his name was Haridas Thakur. He was a Mohammedan, but he was a great Vaishnava. He used to chant 192 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That takes close to 22 hours. 24 hours, out of which 22 hours he used to chant the holiness of the Lord. Continuously chanting the holiness of the Lord. In fact, there was one prostitute who was sent by Chand Kazi. He was a Muslim king, and he wanted to somehow give a bad name to Haridas Thakur. So he sent a prostitute, and then Haridas Thakur used to say that, okay, you have come here, just wait for some time, we will talk. I just want to complete my rounds. And like obviously 22 hours he used to chant. So like that, prostitute realized that ये rounds ही खत्म नहीं हो रहे. And then after almost 3-4 days, even prostitute's heart changed. And then she took initiation from Haridas Thakur. And then Haridas Thakur said that you, wherever you go, you just chant the holy names of the Lord. So he used to deliver a lot of such devotees. So this is another example. Continuously he was chanting the holy names of the Lord. No breakage. Same thing Krishna is saying, Satatam kar yuktanam. But when we hear these stories, we might think, Arey, this is next level. We can't do this. We have to work, we have to sleep, we have to cook. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that Satatam can also be understood, continuously can also be understood as consistency. If we are doing one round every day, one round of Hare Krishna mantra, which takes around 7 to 8 minutes, but we should do that every day. If we are reading Bhagavad Gita, let's say one page of Bhagavad Gita, we should do that every day. If we are doing 4 rounds of Hare Krishna mantra, we should do that every day. Continuously also means consistency. Continuously also means consistency. Every day we should make a... See, is there a day where you think that, no, today I will not eat. I don't have time. So much office work. My manager is continuously pinging. Today I will not work. I'll not eat. No. Whatever situation it is, we take out time to eat. Correct? We take out time to take a bath. Right? Otherwise, colleagues will come to know, yes, he has not taken bath. Correct? So similarly, how we cleanse our external body by taking bath. Similarly, Krishna is saying, or Shankaracharya says in Gita Mahatmya, that we should also cleanse our internal by reading Bhagavad Gita. There are 2 kinds of bath, external bath and internal bath. So Krishna is saying that continuously also means consistency. We should remember every day, we should try to do some quota we should give to Krishna. Right? When we are in a Ganga river, you have seen in Ganga river, you will see people taking water from the Ganges and offering it back to Krishna. That Kal, Krishna is saying, Kal I am. In 11th chapter, Krishna will say, because Arjuna seeing the entire universal form of Krishna, Arjuna becomes very scared. What is this? Imagine the universal form. Many, many heads, and Duryodhana and all the Kauravas are in that mouth of Krishna, getting crushed between the teeth. So Arjuna gets scared seeing that entire, like Krishna looks like, imagine a driver suddenly takes Hulk form, right? Your driver becomes a Hulk. So, right? Avengers, you will get scared. Correct? So Arjuna also gets scared. And then Krishna tells to Arjuna, Kal I am the destructor. So that Kal, time, Krishna is only giving the time. So how we can give back the time? By hearing about it. Correct? So consistently, every day we should take out time to glorify Krishna. Kirtan comes from the dhatu kirti. Kirti means to glorify Krishna. Every day we should take out some time, 1 round, 2 round, 4 round. In ISKCON, we are suggested to do 16 rounds every day. That takes close to 1.5 hours. We get up around 5:30 to 7 o'clock. Every day we chant the holy names of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That we do 108 times. That is 1 round. And that we do 16 times. That is close to 1700 times. That takes around 1 hour, 40 minutes or something. We just chant, take the beats, those beats. We complete 1 round, only 16 times. So we should try to have some goal like that. So that is other way. Continuously means consistency. So first was continuously chanting, like Haridas Thakur, Narad Muni. Second is consistently chanting every day, consistently every day. Third is remembering that we are the servant of the Lord. Remembering that any activity that we are doing with the remembrance that we are the servant of the Lord. Like, I am the son of my father. Whatever activities you are doing, if someone asks me, what is your name? My activity will be based on that I am the son of my father. Correct? That connection is there. Similarly, we need to have that connection that I am the servant of the Lord Krishna. There is a very sweet verse. It's here. Britya. Yeah. So this Kulashekar, he is a great king. He says, Britya Paricharaka Britya. That Krishna, I want to remember myself as that I'm a servant of the servants. Britya means servant. Britya. Servant of the servant of the servant of the Britya. Brityasya iti mams paralok. Smara, remembering. I want to remember myself like that. Lokanatha. That I am the servant of the servant of the Lord. We'll see that 25th translation. Yeah. O enemy of Madhu and Kaitav. This is Krishna's enemies. O Lord of the universe, Lokanath. The perfection of my life and the most cherished mercy you could show me would be for you to consider me the servant of 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 the Lord, of your servant. Correct? So what we want to remember is, we want to remember that we are the servant of the Lord. Right? In this material world, we all want to become bossanu, 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 boss. Right? Boss of the boss of the boss of the boss. Correct? But in spiritual life, we want to become servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord. And you can see that in introduction, last page, you can see the entire disciplic succession. Can you go to the last page of introduction? I don't know which page it is. You see, I've shown this many, many times. 32. Introduction, last page. Huh? 32. 32. In page number 32, you can see there's entire disciplic succession. Right? Last 32nd is Prabhupada, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who has written this commentary of Bhagavad Gita. And right it up till goes till Krishna. Correct? First is Krishna, then Brahmaji, then Narad Muni. Correct? Then we Ved Vyas, like that. It goes up till Srila Prabhupada. So, servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord. Correct? So, that's what our mood should be. Okay? So, we completed Satyayuktanam. Satyayuktanam can be understood in three ways. One is continuously, second is consistently, and third is remembering. Remembering continuously that we are servant of the Lord. Correct? Second is Preeti Purvakam. Preeti Purvakam means that it means that we are worshipping Krishna without any ulterior motive. There are four reasons why we approach the Lord. You can remember it as first level. The lowermost level is why we approach Lord is because of fear. If I don't approach, and there are some religion, you know that it is like that. If you don't approach the Lord, then Lord will punish you and put you in hell for the rest of your life. Correct? That kind of approach towards the Lord or worship is fear. First, fear. Above fear, why we approach Lord is because we have some desires. I want a house by the sea, a color TV, a 3 gig MP3, Jai Jagadish Hare. Basically, we are worshipping Krishna. Why? Because we want something in return. Krishna should do this for me. I remember when I gave my first semester bachelor's exam. There is a subject we used to have. It's called ECE. ECE exam was there. And it was the way I wrote the exam, I was sure that even Krishna cannot do anything. And that I was not in Krishna consciousness. But I did such a bad, like passing marks of 40. And I attempted only 35 marks. I said, chance nahi. How will they also do anything? But I was very scared. And after the exam was done, I was asking all the seniors, if you get 180 KT, 80 KT, you know? No, you might not know. In Mumbai University, we have 80 KT. So if you get 180 KT, will I get job? I used to ask my seniors. So till the result came, every day I used to go to nearby, there was a Shivji temple. And I used to every day go to put water and I used to pray to Shivji. Somehow, please pass me. Next time I will study nicely. So why? And once that was done, I stopped going there. So why I started going there? Because I wanted to fulfill some desire. I got passed. All glories to Lord Shiva. Ashutosh. How much marks did you get? No, they gave 40. I think, I got 40. I think they gave because all the other subjects, so they thought, why to give him 80 KT? So they passed me. So they gave 40. But yeah, I understood that it was because of Lord Shiva and and the merciful nature of that grader. Anyways, the point is, we approach Krishna because we have some desires. Krishna is saying that is the second lowest most, right? There is a religion that says, "Oh Lord, please give me my daily bread." oh Lord, give me my daily bread. That is karma, that is desire. I'm approaching you. Why? Because you can give me my daily bread. Right? Third, above that. So lowermost is fear. Above fear is desire, karma. Right? Above that is duty. Duty that I should do. Like sometimes son is doing some reciprocation to his father. Maybe sometimes it's because of, oh, he has done so much for me, so I should do it. Right? As a duty we are doing. It might not be out of love, but it is because of the duty. So we are doing the same thing. Hare Krishna is giving so much to me, right? I should reciprocate. It's not because I want something out of return, but it's because I have gratitude. I have gratitude towards the Lord. Lord has given me so much. So that it's out of duty that I should do something. I should do something. So first is fear. That is the lowermost. Above fear is desire. Above desire is duty. And above duty, I'm doing something for Krishna out of love. Preeti Purvakam. It is out of love. It is not out of I want something in return. It is out of love. And that is what we want to do. We don't want to approach Krishna. We don't want to chant our morning rounds so that day my manager doesn't shout at me. Right? Or because, so much I have been given, so I should reciprocate. Not because of that. It's pure love. Krishna, I really love you. And at the starting stage, we might not have that love. Right? But it said, no, fake it till you make it. We are trying. But that day when we come, where we are really out of love, we are approaching Krishna. And there are so many pastimes in Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavad Gita is more like, philosophy, but that is expanded into forms of stories in Srimad Bhagavatam. And that's why Srimad Bhagavatam is so sweet. And that's why whenever I'm speaking, it is always connected with Srimad Bhagavatam pastimes. Dhruva wanted to get a kingdom greater than great-grandfather. Great-grandfather means Papa ke Papa. Uski Papa. And great-grandfather in case of Dhruva Maharaj is Brahmaji. And Brahmaji is the Adi Jiva, is the first Jiva. Above him there is no one. I mean, greater than great-grandfather, that means you want the entire material world. Nothing is there above that. He wanted greater than what Brahmaji has. Not possible. But he wanted that. Why? Because his father Uttanapad chastised him. There's a long story, we'll not get there. But Dhruva Maharaj got very angry. He was a Kshatriya. He said, how can my father speak to me like that? He was a Kshatriya mood. So that anger was there. So he said, now I will get a kingdom greater than not my father. His father's also. So he got very angry. And then he went to his mother. His mother's name was Suniti. And said, Papa shouted at me. So I want to get kingdom, highest kingdom. How can I get it? And then his mother says, I don't know. But if you want something, then I've heard that one approaches Krishna. So you go to Vrindavan. He goes to Vrindavan. And there Narad Muni, there's a long story short, Narad Muni tries to say, you're a kid. He was 5 years old. You are a kid. You go back. What? I mean, he said, no. If you don't waste my time. If you want to, somehow I want a kingdom greater. If you can tell me that how I can get, only then. Otherwise, don't give me all this pep talk. Go back. You are a small child and all. Then he said, then Narad Muni understood that this is Pakawa. He is not Kacha. So he said, okay, you go to Vrindavan and you chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. You focus on Krishna, then Krishna will. So somehow he does that very nicely. He prays to Krishna. And then Krishna reciprocates. Krishna gives his blessing. And then Krishna asks him, now you did all this. Why? Because you wanted a kingdom. So I am ready to give you the kingdom. And what was Dhruva Maharaj? Till now Dhruva Maharaj was praying to Krishna because of, out of 4 stages, what do you think? Which stage he was at? Second, Kama. He wanted something. Desire. He had a desire. But as soon as he gets Krishna darshan, what he sings, which I don't remember. Kachan, Vichin one. Api Divya Ratna. Let's see. Yeah, all glories to Google. This is the verse. Sthana bilashi tapasi stitoham tvam praptavan deva munindra guhyam kacham vichinvan api devya ratnam Swamin Kritartosmi Varam Nayache. Oh, this is Trishtu. You saw longer words little bit. Trishtu. I said two kinds of Trishtu. Anyways, so this is the prayer that Dhruv Maharaj sings then after getting the darshan of Krishna. Very beautiful. Someone wants to read the translation? Yeah, go ahead.
Anybody? Yes. By the
Who he? Who is that he? Dhruv Maharaj, right? Dhruv Maharaj. So you can see, if you want to see that Dhruv Maharaj, Krishna, might be there might be some photo, images. Yeah, this is a famous photo. So Dhruv Maharaj is blessed by Krishna. And Dhruv Maharaj is not able to understand how to glorify Krishna. Imagine Krishna suddenly is in front of you. What will you say, right? How to glorify? He was, and then he puts this shankh on his head. And immediately that shankh by which he got the empowerment and he started glorifying. And he will not go there. But this is the prayer that Dhruv Maharaj says. Go ahead.
When he was being blessed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Dhruv Maharaj said, "Oh my Lord, because I was seeking an opulent material position, I was performing severe types of penance and austerity. Now I have gotten you, who are very difficult for the great demigods, saintly persons, and kings to attain. I was searching after a piece of glass."
Piece of glass. What is a piece of glass? Kingdom. He's comparing that entire kingdom greater than the entire material world with a piece of glass. And piece of glass is very special. Piece of glass, if you see, if you have been in India, most of you, if you want to protect your wall, you put colored glass, pieces of glass, right? Broken glass. Kachan vichinman appi divya ratnam. Saying kachan. Kachan is that glass. And broken piece of glass. Because broken pieces are actually, you think broken piece of glass actually hurts us. Correct? It is good, you can see yourself, but it will hand. So that's why he's saying broken piece of glass. It's a piece of glass which has a tendency to hurt. Because that what he's saying is that kingdom will actually hurt me only. Why? Because I'll get more and more entangled. Correct? So he's saying,
I was searching after a piece of glass, but instead I have found the most valuable.
Api divya ratnam. Ratnam. And what is that ratna?
Krishna.
Krishna's darshan. Right? Krishna's darshan.
Therefore, I am so satisfied that I do not wish to ask any benediction from you.
He's saying, I don't want anything. But Krishna is saying, Arey, in the future, people will say that, Arey, diya, itna mehnat kiya, no, nothing in return, right? So Krishna says, I will give you. And then he gives Dhruvalo, like Dhruvalo, which will never get destroyed, even the material world gets destroyed. Because that is the only way he can give something greater than material world also. So, but he said that even if you're ruling that kingdom, you'll never get entangled. You'll always remember. You'll always remember. Like that, there is another prayers by Prahlad Maharaj. I don't remember the Nanyatha te gilo kilaguro ghateta karunatmana yasta ashisha ashaste na sabhritya. Bhritya is what? We just discussed. Bhritya means Bhritya, paricharaka, Bhritya, servant. This is na sabhritya savai vani. So, who wants to read? This is a prayer by Prahlad Maharaj, who is again praying to Narsimhadev. Narsimhadev is saying to Prahlad Maharaj, please ask for something. He's begging to Prahlad Maharaj, please ask for something. And Prahlad Maharaj is saying that this prayer is saying. We'll see what is the prayer. Who wants to read? Who read just now? Translation? You read. So you can. Okay, you can. Oh, you can also. So. Oh, this doesn't get soon. Okay, I will read this. Otherwise, oh my Lord, oh Supreme Instructor to the entire world. This is Prahlad Maharaj saying to Narsimhadev. You are so kind to your devotee that you could not induce him to do something unbeneficial for him. On the other hand, one who desires some material benefit in exchange for devotional service cannot be your pure devotee. Indeed, he is no better than a merchant. Because merchant only does these deals, right? It's like going to a restaurant and you're ringing. And then the waiter is coming. What do you need? And then you say, I need malai kofta. I like malai. Or you will ask for something else. Correct? So for you, Krishna is like that waiter. You go to the temple, ding, 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 and then you will say, I want this, I want this, I want this. Janam Dehi, Putri Dehi, Nokri Dehi. He's asking. So Prahlad is saying that I don't want to become a merchant who wants profit in exchange for service. I'm doing something for you. I want something in return. I don't want that kind of relationship. Correct? So Preeti Purvaka. I want to do service for you. I want to do devotional service, but I don't want something in return. I don't want something. There is, in Sanskrit, there are two words, wish and vishay. Wish means poison. And similar word, vishay. Vishay means material objects, material things. So once a devotee asked in the class, what is more dangerous, wish or vishay? What do you think? Vishay. And what is the reason? The devotee explains, wish will take the soul away from the body. Wish will take the soul. We are body or spirit soul? Spirit soul. If we drink wish, then what will happen? We will die. The soul will travel to the next destination. So by wish, the soul is separated from the body. But the devotee explains, Acharya explains, but vishay, by vishay, the soul gets separated from Krishna. So by wish, the soul gets separated from body, but by vishay, the soul gets separated from Krishna. You understood why, right? Because one gets entangled after entanglement after entanglement. But how we can break the entanglement is by Preeti Purvakam, by doing devotional service, something at our level, at our pace, at our place, we can do some service to Krishna. Something we can do every day in the morning, chant his rounds, Krishna's chanting of the holy name, or we can do Bhagavad Gita, something we can do. Or we can do some service. Like last Sunday, we cooked for 600 people. And it was a grand feast. And many devotees helped in that. So we can do some seva. Vaishika Prabhu is the temple president of ISKCON Silicon Valley. He says, seva will save Vya. You understood? Seva will save Vya. Basically, seva will save you. So it's so important that we should engage ourselves in serving Krishna. Preeti Purvakam. And then, Dadami Buddhi Yogamtam. Dadami Buddhi Yogamtam means then Krishna gives the intelligence. Krishna gives the intelligence to the devotee that what am I doing? I'm wasting my life. Because all these people will go away. What will remain is Krishna, only you will remain with me. Finally, the devotee understands that I'm wasting my life. And then he will come to Krishna. So Buddhi also can be understood in three ways. First, Buddhi, Krishna gives to Arjun, give to devotee is when a devotee is suffering. Devotee is going through some tough time. That time, Krishna gives the intelligence that understand that this is like summer and winter season. It will come and go. Like Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj was cursed. Suddenly he did some wrong thing he did. And he got cursed by Shamik Rishi. And when Parikshit Maharaj realized that he made a big blunder, he chanted a very nice prayer. We will sing that. It is again from, correct, Srimad Bhagavatam. Yeah. Maybe you can repeat this verse along with me. Tasya meghasya paravaresho, tasyeva meghasya paravaresho, vyasakta chittasya grihesha bhikshnam, vyasakta chittasya grihesha bhikshnam, nirveda mulo dvijasapa rupo, nirveda mulo dvijasapa rupo, yatra prasakto bhayama shudatte, bhayama shudatte. So now Parikshit Maharaj, he was cursed by Shamik Rishi that he will die in 7 days. So if you're dying in 7 days, what you will do? You will have a big laundry list, things to do before I die, paragliding, like para jumping, whatever we have, or something, right? Attending some places, Mount Everest, or maybe home dome in Yosemite, something. You'll have your laundry list of things to do things before you die. So Parikshit Maharaj is thinking that what am I supposed to do? I know that I'm going to die in 7 days. And then he takes complete shelter of Krishna, and then he starts he takes shelter of Shukadeva Goswami. Shukadeva Goswami start narrating entire Srimad Bhagavatam. But this verse is very sweet. Someone can read. Who is next? Prithvi, you will read. The controller is Ishvara of both transcendental, spiritual, and mundane world is material world. Go ahead. Who Brahmana's curse? Who is that Brahmana? Shamik Rishi. right? So he was cursed by Brahmana, this Parikshit Maharaj. So here Krishna, Parikshit Maharaj is saying, I was getting too attached to the material, to family life. Krishna immediately detached me from this material life. So this is the buddhi that Krishna gives to the devotee, that even if the problems are coming in life, the devotee takes it as a mercy of Krishna, as a blessing of Krishna. So that is also buddhi yoga. Second buddhi yoga is if there are two services, how to understand which one to take. And there's a very nice pastime about Damodar Leela, in which Krishna was crying. So Yashoda Maiya was confused whether to pick Krishna so that he stops crying. At the same time, there was a milk was boiling, which Mother Yashoda wanted to give to Krishna. So she ran to stop the boiling of milk. So devotees asked this question that here the Lala is crying. Why are you running to kitchen? Which one should do? Obviously, one can come across different kind of situations. Yashoda Maiya was facing this situation. And then the devotee explains that she took the shelter, she did this service of stopping the milk boiling out of the not going down. Why? Because so that she can feed the same milk to Krishna. So again, that mood of running also was to serve Krishna only. So like that, buddhi, basically, Krishna gives intelligence to devotees so that they can take right decisions. And finally, one gives also buddhi yoga. Krishna gives buddhi yoga to the devotees so that he can take complete shelter of Krishna. That he can realize that what am I doing in this life? I'm struggling in this life. The only way to come out of this life and go back home, back to Godhead, to Golok Vrindavan, is by completely surrendering to Krishna. So these are the three ways one can. Krishna gives the buddhi yoga. We will end now. We will just read the entire purport that we just did. Very nice purport. Commentary by Srila Prabhupada. Whatever we discussed, Srila Prabhupada will be summarizing and also explaining various kind of yoga also. And one of the yoga is buddhi yoga. So we read this entire purport and then we will go for the best part of the session, which is Prasada. Okay. So Shruti will start from here and one paragraph everyone can read and then we'll end. So when we understand that desire also develops, that I want to go back to Godhead, that is the buddhi yoga. That is the intelligence that Krishna is giving to the devotee. Right? Go ahead. So how there are two things which are important: association of devotees and spiritual master. Right? Guru, sadhu. Sadhus are devotees. Gurus are guru, spiritual master. Guru, sadhu, and shastra is this book. These three things has to be always with us. Guru, sadhu, and shastra, like a triangle. Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Someone else can read.
When a person knows the goal of life, but is addicted to the fruits of activity.
So goal of life is Krishna. He knows, but he still, that attachment is there to do the activity, right? Like going to the work or doing gardening, whatever. Some activities there, that attachment is there, not for Krishna, but I just like to do it. Like I like to code, let's say, right? But I know the ultimate goal is Krishna, but I like to code. So what is that kind of yoga? Hmm.
When he knows that the goal is Krishna, but he takes pleasure in mental speculations to understand Krishna, he's acting in Jnana Yoga. And when he knows the goal and seeks Krishna completely in Krishna consciousness and devotional service, he is acting in Bhakti Yoga or Buddhi Yoga, which is complete yoga. This complete yoga is the highest perfectional state of life.
You will read.
A person may have a qualified spiritual master and may be attached to a spiritual organization, but he is still not intelligent enough to make progress that Krishna from within gives him instruction so that he may ultimately come to him without difficulty. The qualification is that a person always engage himself in Krishna consciousness and with love and devotion render all kinds of services.
Right? See, when you go for a job, they'll tell you, job description is there. You should have 12 plus years in corporate world. You should have completed your bachelor's of science. I was just filling my H1B questionnaire. So, right, job duties. You have to write all the job duties, right? So there's a qualification, correct? Similarly, here the qualification is what? When will Krishna give intelligence? When we are engaging ourselves in Krishna consciousness, in doing some service, right? Good.
He should perform some sort of work for Krishna, and that work should be with love.
With love. Fourth stage, highest stage, right? Not fear, not karma, not duty, but love.
If a devotee is not intelligent enough to make progress on the path of self-realization, but is sincere and devoted to the activities of devotional service, the Lord gives him a chance to make progress and ultimately attain.
Right? See, if he's sincere also, somehow or the other, Krishna will come in his life through some devotee, through some scripture, somehow or the other, right? We all came to Krishna consciousness or Bhagavad Gita because of Krishna's mercy. Krishna gives us intelligence. There are so many people around this world, but how many actually take up the path of spirituality, right? For them, it's like, oh, it's so boring. Like yesterday only, I met a person and he stays in Mountain View. I told him, why don't you come for the program? And he said, yeah. And then he told his next, he thought I'm not seeing. He said, boring hai, kabhi to kaun padega. Right? The intelligence Krishna has not given him. He thinks that, oh, this is all what we are doing is very nice. But they don't realize that ultimate is what? It's Krishna. So we discussed today, we have 5 minutes. We'll just summarize whatever we discussed. We discussed Satata Yukta now. In that we discussed there are 3 ways one can do Satatam. How you can understand Satatam is, if you take a honey and you pour the honey, right? So what happens? It will continuously, the dhara will be continuous. There will be no break, right? That's why it's called Satatam. It's like our love for Krishna should be like that dhara of that honey. There is no breakage. So there are 3 kinds of Satatam. One is continuously. Second is consistently, right? Consistently. Maybe every day we can do. If not continuously, at least every day we should do. And third is remembering. Continuously remembering that we are the servant of the Lord. So that is Satatam. Second we discussed is Preeti Purvakam. Correct? Preeti Purvakam, what we discussed is we should be approaching Krishna without any ulterior motive. And we discussed 4 things. Fear. Above that is kama, desire. Above that is duty. But the best is love. So that is the approach that we should take. That I am doing service to Krishna, not out of something. I remember once there was a devotee. He comes to our temple also. He decided he wants to do temple service 24/7. And then one devotee just asked him, one of the leader asked him that, okay, you want to do this? That's good. How much you want to salary or something do you want to take? And he said, no, I just want to serve. I just want to serve. So out of love, there is no remuneration. I mean, sometimes it's okay. If your family and all, you want some remuneration, it's okay. But everything should be used in Krishna's service. Right? So we should serve Krishna out of love. That's what we discussed in Preeti Purvakam. And finally, what we discussed is the Dami Buddhi Yogamtam. Krishna gives the intelligence. That is a Krishna's reciprocation to the devotee. Right? Because we will know, we realize at the end of the life that whatever, even friends also will go away. They will say, friends, I am friend of you, I will friend of you. But next day you will see, he is somewhere, you are somewhere. Correct? And Krishna, and there is a verse, 39. This is again by King Kulashekar. He says, Tajantu Bandhava Sarve, Nindantu Gurave Jana, Tathapi Paramanando, Govinda Mam Jivanam. Same thing he says here. He says, let my relatives all abandon me and my superiors condemn me. There will be a situation, right? Where your superiors, manager will say, during the time of bonus, everything is good, but, right? That's how the statement ends. You have done so nice, this. Like yesterday only one-on-one was there. He was saying, your higher up, 2 higher things, good things about you, this. But instead of reaching at 10:30, try to reach by 10. Right? So at the end, that but will be there. So same thing, Kulashekar is saying, let my relatives all abandon me. There will be a situation where all relatives will go away. And my superiors condemns me. Still, the supremely blissful Govinda remains my life and soul. That is the buddhi that Krishna gives. That the devotee can remember Krishna all the time. Buddhi yogam tam, right? And we saw three things. First, buddhi yoga is that when the situations are not good, we can remember Krishna that this is the mercy of the Lord. Maybe Krishna is trying to teach me something. Second is when there are two, three things together, which what to take. Like for example, Brahmaji, when he comes out of the lotus flower, he was thinking, what am I supposed to do now? And then Krishna gave the intelligence that you chant. I mean, he said tapa. Then he realized that I should meditate. Right? And that's why the first verse of Bhagavatam is Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye. That I give the intelligence to Brahmaji. Krishna gave the intelligence. Second is giving the intelligence to the devotee. And the third Buddhi Yoga is that Krishna explains here. That the devotee understands that no one is there in my life but Krishna. Everyone will abandon you, but only one who will be there with you all the time is Krishna as Paramatma. Even if you hate Krishna, but Krishna will still be there. That is the nature of Krishna. Krishna is that merciful. So, with that, we will stop here. And again, humble request, every day have some kind